This is Finley, owned by Steve and Chris Eiden. What I'm going to do here, Steve, is kind of show you some of the things I do to get her steady to shot, not only at my side, but then working out of the height of pooch. So at first, what I like to do is work on having her go back and forth. So kennel, which means go in, heel, good girl, sit, kennel, heel, heel, good, heel, sit, kennel. Now if she didn't go in, Steve, I'd use my e-collar as the correction to push her in there. So you'd use your e-collar just like if you're reinforcing sit or here or heel or fetch. Heel. So I first like to do is start off with her by my side. I'm just going to do a single shot, and a couple things I'm getting her used to. I'll use deadfalls at first, and the main reason I use the deadfalls at first, because she's used to those on those force fetch drills. Plus, if I have to do any kind of correction, I'd rather do it more on the deadfalls than the actual birds. So she's at my side. I have a little routine I go through, trying to get her used to calling too. So I'll sit. And you saw her kind of look up when I did that. And I'll tell her, sit, mark. Mark means to look out. Finley. I'm going to release her on her name, just like on your force fetch drills. If you threw it, you'd send her on her name, because that means she sees it fall. Heel. Sit. Drop. Heel. Heel. Sit. Now I'm going to go to a double shot. Of course, when you add multiple shots, there's just more of a temptation for her to go. Sit. Mark. Finley. Then I'm going to do another deadfall. So I'm going to repeat that, Steve, just to kind of walk you through that again. Heel, sit, drop. Good. Another way to do it, too, is heel, sit. I'm going to separate myself a little bit. Sit, mark. Now, heel, Finley. So it's important she doesn't always think when you release her that it's go. So she's thinking about you too. And that's what really helps them to learn how to be steady. Heel, sit, drop. Now we'll go to the height of pooch. Kennel, which means get in. And you know how I use my hand to work on the sit? So here's really the first time, stay. And I don't care if she sits in there, she lays down in there, or stands in there, as long as she stays in there. So what I'm going to do at first is the same thing. So I'm going to look over at her, kennel, blow the call a little bit, mark, heel. You can see she wants to go. So she's about 5 feet from me. Heel. So I brought her over a little farther. Finley. The main thing is she's not breaking on me. Good girl. Here. Now these are roosters, so they're a little bigger bird. And that's why when I went to these roosters, I didn't want to have to be doing a lot of correction for breaking and healing and all that. Heel. Sit. Fetch. Sit. Sit. Drop. Drop. Good girl. So we'll do that again. Kennel. So remember the routine, load my gun, make my noise with my gun. When you're in your blind, you're always moving around. Mark, Heel. Sit. Finley. So this next time, Steve, I'm going to release her out of the Haida-Pooch. Here. Good girl. Heel. We'll do one more, Leah. Good. Heel. Sit. Drop. Drop. Kennel. And I want that Haida-Pooch to become a good place. In other words, I don't want to do a lot of correction while she's in there. I'm either doing the correction out here to get her in there, or if she breaks, I'm doing the correction to pull her back. So you got to be careful that when she's in there, you're not correcting her a lot. But every once in a while, I do have to reinforce, the stay or the sit in there. If, I get dogs, it's like a jack in the box. It's in and out, in and out. So I'm trying to get her to realize, be in there, relax. That's a good place to be. Stay. Mark. Finley. So you can see that time, Steve, I just sent her out of the Haida-Pooch. So I mix it up on her. Here. Got to get a hold of it. There we go. She doesn't have a very good grip, so she's probably going to let it go here. Fetch. Fetch. Good girl. And I don't care where she gets a hold of it, as long as she's got a hold of it. There, she's just got it kind of by the wing. Heel. So I'm going to back up. Fetch. Fetch. Heel. There we go. So that was good for you to see. Heel. Sit. Because she's got kind of a soft mouth. Drop. Good girl. Kennel. Stay. So that's Finley, owned by Steve and Chris Eiden in Carver, Minnesota.